done had it in and out with my girlfriend, my sister, family, boyfriends. All my bills paid, a nigga still need more ends. We say fuck a nigga, it look like we need more friends. Blame me, but participation, it come from both ends. Garfield niggas only in for their own health. You got it on your own, but watch out for their wrong step. Keep asking for the shit, nigga get the wrong help. The recovery process can make you take the wrong left. All that shit held in, I hope you got some long breath. Admitting to your wrongs like you wrong, that's a strong step. I'm hanging on with all my might, put my life a strong belt. Pistol in my face, but I can tell you how the chrome felt. And through the storm and through the weather and even through the rain, I don't think they understand the underdog thing. And through the struggle and through the hate and overcoming pain, there's a blessing at the end of your tunnel, man.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help, the game remains the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help, the game remains the same. Too much pain, too much pain.
Now we living in the ghetto, riding metros, hanging on the shaky life, walking on Jello. I used to want to be the one to say hello. Did it ever make a real friend, nigga? Hell no. I feel like I was better off mellow. Then I went and lost my cousin, thinking where the kill go. I tried fast, but I had to learn to sell slow. You did your job and took the rap, but homie, where your bail go? Now everything is just seeming like a mystery. It piss you off every time thinking about your history. We was cool, now you wanna throw your fist at me. All this because your girlfriend blew a kiss at me. Now he dissing me, I'm wishing he'll really stop motherfucking pissing me. Cause you don't want my recipe, you don't even wanna try to bring out the best of me. Cause I'm the real deal and I don't even need pedigree for real.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help, the game remains the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help, the game remains the same. Too much pain, too much pain.
Now it's a hair thin line between love and hate. And it's about the same distance between real and fake. How the fake love that you thought was so real can leave you living with hate that you thought you could never feel. Leave you having to deal with emotions you ain't never felt. Too hard to bluff, but you can't fold from the hand you dealt. Heart in my back pocket, trusting nothing but God in my gut now. Relationships is barely conversation for a nut now. 8 years down the drain, thought I was giving my everything. While I drained of everything and walked away without a thing. Except the one thing that God gave me to remind me. Part of growth and development, leaving some things behind me. Whatever time I've got left is invested to make it sure before I leave my 3 C's of debt and stress free. Yeah, I done walked in the sun, so I appreciate the rain. Cherish every battle scar, why I survived the pain.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help, the game remains the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help, the game remains the same. Too much pain, too much pain.
My sister, family, boyfriends, all my bills paid. A nigga still need more ends. We say fuck a nigga. It look like we need more friends. Blame me, but participation, it come from both ends. Garfield niggas only in for their own health. You got it on your own, but watch out for their wrong step. Keep asking for the shit, nigga get the wrong help. The recovery process can make you take the wrong left. All that shit held in, I hope you got some long breath. Admitting to your wrongs like you wrong. that's a strong step. I'm hanging on with all my might from a life of strong built. Pistol in my face, but I can tell you how the chrome felt. And through the storm and through the weather and even through the rain, I don't think they understand the underdog thing. And through the struggle and through the hate and overcoming pain, there's a blessing at the end of your tunnel, man.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same.
You're doing great time for
pain, too much pain.
Now we living in the ghetto, riding metros, hanging on the shaky life, walking on Jello. I used to want to be the one to say hello. Did it ever make a real friend, nigga? Hell no. I feel like I was better off mellow. Then I went and lost my cousin, thinking where the kill go. I tried fast, but I had to learn to sell slow. You did your job and took the rap, but homie, where your bills go? Now everything is just seeming like a mystery. It piss you off every time thinking about your history. We was cool, now you wanna throw your fist at me. All this because your girlfriend blew a kiss at me. Now he dissing me, I'm wishing he'll really stop motherfucking pissing me. Cause you don't want my recipe. You don't even wanna try to bring out the best of me. Cause I'm the real deal and I don't even need pedigree for real.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same. Too much pain, too much pain.
Now it's a hair thin line between love and hate. And it's about the same distance between real and fake. Now the fake love that you thought was so real can leave you living with hate that you thought you could never feel. Leave you having to deal with emotions you ain't never felt. Too hard to bluff, but you can't fold from the hand you dealt. Heart in my back pocket, trusting nothing but God in my gut now. Relationships is barely conversation for a nut now. 8 years down the drain, thought I was giving my everything. Wound the drain of everything and walked away without a thing. Except the one thing that God gave me to remind me. Part of growth and development.
What's going on, fam? Already. It's your boy Slugger, man, with another one. I'm hoping everything, you already know how it is, man. It's hard in the field out here in the real life. You know what I'm saying? When you step outside of your house, you know what I'm talking about? You start noticing things. When I say noticing things, and so let me get this light on. Shit, you know, I'm a dark complected brother. Let me get this on. Bam, a little bit. But you know, when you're getting on the main stage, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have content. Me doing my homework, man, and you know, it's a lot of work involved in this. And I always want to give you something that you could use. Don't abuse, but something you could use. I came up with this thought. I've been thinking about this for a couple of years. And now I say, man, you know, it's a good time to bring it up. Safety for fireworks, for 4th of July, Independence Day, New Year's, all that, right? It's publicized on another level, right? And I always question, like, God dang. Now, don't get alarmed, but I'm just saying, I'm going to give you some information. That, you know, if you ain't got the patience to listen to what I'm about to say, man, appreciate you saluting. Just hit that like button when you come in, and we're going to keep it moving, right? We're going to keep it moving for real. Because I'm trying to educate. I told y'all already I'm a messenger. Yeah. I came through the struggle. I've been on them streets. I've been, you know, my life has took a big old turn. Now I ain't no reverend in no church. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to wake up the masses. Because we can get comfortable in circling around in life and touching the same squares. My mama say, don't touch them same squares. Don't step on the same tile more than once that you trying to do a meeting. You're on a mission and you trying to get to a certain goal. Man, don't keep touching on that, man. That's how I was raised. and this is one thing I ain't gonna keep touching on, but I think a lot of people don't know, right? And this is awareness over this fireworks that's about to be going down tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just stay alert to what you know, these certain type of tapings and recordings that I'm about to show y'all. Also, the message behind it. It's a lot of new parents out there, and they really don't know how to do them fireworks. But then we're going to do a reaction video, and then we're going to go to some things that make you say, what happened with that? Yeah, it's going to be a good show. I got time today. You feel me? So I'm going to share it with y'all, man. Let me see. You know what? It was a difficult time trying to get all this together. The reason I say that, man, my computer, even though I was trying to put some content together for y'all, it was giving me problems, man. I'm talking about operator area or whatever. It was just a hellified coincidence what was happening. So I know this message needs to get out to the IKR family. I appreciate y'all coming in, chiming in with me today, man, and we're going to keep it moving. Salute to all the real ones that's going to come in and has came in from Freeman, King, and 448 Yo. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So, no further delay. I'm going to start it off like this. You already know. We get this together. And I'm going to have to put this all through the show, off and on, because to cover up them haters, man. You know. This reaction video is basically educational purposes only, and then exactly what I'm about to say is wake up, man. Wake up. Don't think I told y'all already, we still at war, bro. And a lot of people feel like it's a fair shake in this life, man. Hey, man, just leave them where they at. Because if they thinking that we still ain't fighting for our justice and independence, hey, man, not to talk down on everybody that still sleep in this game, but we're going to talk down on them today and give them some awakening call. Don't keep teaching this bull crap to your families, right? Pay attention to the message and not the messenger. It's been going on. And at that time that he said this was like 76 years ago, since America didn't, got their independence from Britain. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, this is real talk, man. We got real talk going on today, man. Let me get this back. Stop that. We got some real talk going on today, man. I hope y'all have patience to hear it all, man. I want y'all, first of all, I would like to say certain things, right? And then we're gonna get to the message. I think I lost some things too, bro. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Appreciate y'all standing by waiting on me. How's everybody going? What is everybody doing today? And how y'all got the pick going? Y'all got what's going on with y'all today, man? What's going on with y'all today? Let's see if I can find that. This was an important thing, and I told you my computer was messing up, so I have to basically find some of this stuff again. Let me see. A lot of goofy stuff on this goddamn internet. Stuff that don't matter. Let me see if I get that. I probably can't even get my stuff back, bro. gonna be a good show, y'all. It's worth the wait. I know we got a lot of new family parents out here. Salute, Max. I know we got a lot of new parents out here and a lot of new uncles. So it's good to be on the same accord. What needs to be said and what needs to be done, you know? What needs to be said and what needs to be done tonight. Because a lot of people is relying on the elders to know better. And these kids are just for the excitement and stuff like that. And I'm gonna show you some things that have you on high alert, for real, for real. They say it's cool to pop fireworks this year. They ain't got no drive ban. I'm like surprised with that, man. It's like, man, hey man, make sure you water your yard and keep buckets of water around you. Even when you're doing the fireworks, make sure you have a bucket of water that you can make sure you put out the fireworks like it's supposed to be before you put it in the grass or the trash can. I'm telling you, man, it's real live. But then my point is this. A lot of people don't talk about nothing. The safety behind life itself. What did he say? Safety about life itself. Okay, let's do it like this. Appreciate everybody coming in, man, for real, for real. I'm going to start it off like this, though. Yeah. So I'm going to start it off like this to give me enough time to put that other stuff back up on here. But y'all have patience, man, and just listen. Just listen, man. That's all I'm asking y'all to do is listen. You know, I'm going to keep it real TV, man. This is real talk over here, man. We ain't got time for the shenanigans, man. I don't care who shot John, man. This is life. And for us being as old as we are, a lot of us, we don't want to deter from teaching our children or teaching our nephews or teaching even these goddamn clucks. Hey, man, it ain't everybody no clucking around here. You really got grown men doing grown man stuff, women doing grown woman stuff. So just listen to this message, man. I found this for my boys, man. I swear to God, my peeps, man. I'm going to start it off right here, and I'm going to be quiet. It's a reaction video on what he's talking about.
Meaning of July 4th for the Negro. The papers and placards say that I am to deliver a 4th of July oration. This certainly sounds large and out of the common way for me. It is true that I have often had the privilege to speak in this beautiful hall and to address many who now honor me with their presence. But neither their familiar faces nor the perfect gauge I think I have of Corinthian Hall seems to free me from embarrassment. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, the distance between this platform and the slave plantation from which I escaped is considerable, and the difficulties to be overcome in getting from the latter to the former are by no means slight. That I am here today is, to me, a matter of astonishment as well as of gratitude. You will not, therefore, be surprised if in what I have to say I evince no elaborate preparation, nor grace my speech with any high-sounding exordium. With little experience and with less learning, I have been able to throw my thoughts hastily and imperfectly together. And trusting to your patient and generous indulgence, I will proceed to lay them before you. This, for the purpose of this celebration, is the 4th of July. It is the birthday of your national independence and of your political freedom. This, to you, is what the Passover was to the emancipated people of God. It carries your minds back to the day and to the act of your great deliverance, and to the signs and to the wonders associated with that act and that day. This celebration also marks the beginning of another year of your national life and reminds you that the Republic of America is now 76 years old. I am glad, fellow citizens, that your nation is so young. 76 years, though a good old age for a man, is but a mere speck in the life of a nation. 70 years and 10 is the allotted time for individual men, but nations number their years by thousands. According to this fact, you are, even now, only in the beginning of your national career.
You see what happened, man? So it's a lot of distractions. I can't even drop the link right now. Hey, man, so we're gonna continue this because they don't want that message. And then a lot of people got things to do, but I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I think it. Can y'all hear me? I got this help button down here, man. Disregard. How many of y'all can hear me? Or am I offline right now? Salute if y'all can hear me, man. Wave. Okay, cool. Appreciate you, Max. Let's start it back.
And 10 is the allotted time for individual men, but nations number their years by thousands. According to this fact, you are, even now, only in the beginning of your national career, still lingering in the period of childhood. I repeat, I am glad this is so. There is hope in the thought, and hope is much needed under the dark clouds which lower above the horizon. The eye of the reformer is met with angry flashes, portending disastrous times. But his heart may well beat lighter at the thought that America is young and that she is still in the impressible stage of her existence. May he not hope that high lessons of wisdom, of justice, and of truth will yet give direction to her destiny. Were the nation older, the patriot's heart might be sadder, and the reformer's brow heavier. Its future might be shrouded in gloom, and the hope of its prophets go out in sorrow. There is consolation in the thought that America is young. Great streams are not easily turned from channels worn deep in the course of ages. They may sometimes rise in quiet and stately majesty and inundate the land, refreshing and fertilizing the earth with their mysterious properties. They may also rise in wrath and fury and bear away on their angry waves the accumulated wealth of years of toil and hardship. They, however, gradually flow back to the same old channel and flow on as serenely as ever. But while the river may not be turned aside, it may dry up and leave nothing behind but the withered branch and the unsightly rock, to howl in the abyss-sweeping wind the sad tale of departed glory. As with rivers, so with nations. Fellow citizens, I am not wanting in respect for the fathers of this republic. The signers of the Declaration of Independence were brave men. They were great men, too, great enough to give frame to a great age. It does not often happen to a nation to raise at one time such a number of truly great men. The point from which I am compelled to view them is not certainly the most favorable. And yet...
Okay, so you know he's finna go in, right? You know he's finna go in. He start off, see, Frederick Douglass always been a poet. Like, man, he good with them words. You know what I'm saying? You catch a cat like this just sitting on the stool back in the day. You don't have these street preachers no more, man, or philosophers no more. Everybody want to, you know, be in the end thing. You see what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Max, getting that membership. Everybody want to be in the end thing. So with me saying this, man, you have too much shenanigans going on, and people like this seen it way back in the day. But I'm gonna also bring you some more up-to-date content. Let me get this, man. You know I'm a brother. Got to get that light on me, man, because I think I'm kind of shining today, bro. I'm gonna get out the matrix, man. See, this is us getting out the matrix. This channel right here, man, if you didn't know, now you're gonna know, man, how to get out the matrix, man. And you can look at a lot of channels, and I ain't gonna take away from this, because I just want you to understand, just because we're here as a people, right? If you're indigenous, if you come from another country or whatever, the struggle is still real. And you're going to see how this is a reaction video, educational purposes only. But it's so profound because a lot of people forgot, right? A lot of people just are working in, right? A lot of people don't have their priorities in order, and they just want to get along. You know what I'm saying? Shake hands and all that, man. You got to understand we still at war. Who are we at war with? We don't even know these people we really at war. You can see some will show their face, but some are just hide behind the closet. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are people that look just like you, and that's what I be talking about, the Stevensons. I had to do it on my computer. Give me an option. Yeah. That's what we were saying last time. A lot of people want to know how they can get on this the membership on this channel, man. They say you got to go to a PC. If you got over 30,000 viewers, subscribers, YouTube will give you the privilege to put it on your page, right? Yeah, we got to break free from the matrix, man. Appreciate everybody who finds out that thing right there. I'm gonna leave it up here so y'all can see how this young man did it, and that's real support, man. Because it takes time for this investigation for a creator, right? Contour creator, man. Here we go.
I cannot contemplate their great deeds with less than admiration. They were statesmen, patriots, and heroes, and for the good they did, and the principles they contended for, I will unite with you to honor their memory. They loved their country better than their own private interests. And though this is not the highest form of human excellence, all will concede that it is a rare virtue, and that when it is exhibited, it ought to command respect. He who will intelligently lay down his life for his country is a man whom it is not in human nature to despise. Your fathers staked their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor on the cause of their country. In their admiration of liberty, they lost sight of all other interest. They were peace men, but they preferred revolution to peaceful submission to bondage. They were quiet men, But they did not shrink from agitating against oppression. They showed forbearance, but they knew its limits. They believed in order, but not in the order of tyranny. With them, nothing was settled that was not right. With them, justice, liberty, and humanity were final, not slavery and oppression. You may well cherish the memory of such men. They were great in their day and generation. Their solid manhood stands out the more as we contrast it with these degenerate times.
I know y'all heard what he said. These degenerate times that we living in right now in America and around the world, I think a lot of people lost their perspective. I think a lot of people, been beat down to submission. And then you say, man, people ain't getting beat like that. No, because ain't nobody talking about it. Everybody want to say, man, it's a better country than our ancestors. No, bro, they stood on principle, a lot of us. That's how they was able to abolish slavery. People just stopped falling for the bull crap. It was more problems on the plantation with a couple of thousand of people, and they trying to make it seem like we all came from Africa. People was already here, man. People was already here. And then if you go up north, they really don't know about slavery. That's what down south, where I'm at right now, we have to go up there to find freedom. So you ask yourself, they say knowledge is in the book, right? With knowledge being in the book, salute, phone check, knowledge being in the book, a lot of people ain't got time. They on them streets. They paying it. It's a wild, wild west out there, right? It's the wild, wild west out there. And me saying that, man, every day you try to get better. Every day you can't lose no hope. So I'm going all the way back to Frederick Douglass because the 4th of July is when? Tomorrow. They're going to start popping them fireworks tonight, correct? So this is a good time to find out how far have we came in this America that we live in. Nobody want to talk about it. They talk about fashion. They talk about money. That's all good. I'm glad to see everybody doing good just in your little world, right? But I'm talking about my next door neighbor, your next door neighbor. Are they still on point of looking at us and understand we ain't getting justification? Why are we going out buying so many fireworks, bro? But it's another thing. We buy more fireworks for their independence than our independence down south. Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? They don't allow you to pop no fireworks. Well, you can. You see what I'm saying? But they ain't got the firework booths open. So you got to save your fireworks for the previous 4th of July where they're celebrating their independence. And we can't even celebrate, quote unquote, mentally, them putting out that paperwork. Man, putting out that paperwork for slavery being over with in America. Now, y'all listen to this, man, because I'm going to back it up just a little bit so y'all can remember what he said before I interrupt it.
Justice, liberty, and humanity were final, not slavery and oppression. You may well cherish the memory of such men. They were great in their day and generation. Their solid manhood stands out the more as we contrast it with these degenerate times. How circumspect, exact, and proportionate were all their movements. How unlike the politicians of an hour. Their statesmanship looked beyond the passing moment and stretched away in strength into the distant future. They seized upon eternal principles and set a glorious example in their defense. Mark them. Fully appreciating the hardships to be encountered, firmly believing in the right of their cause, honorably inviting the scrutiny of an onlooking world, reverently appealing to heaven to attest their sincerity, soundly comprehending the solemn responsibility they were about to assume, wisely measuring the terrible odds against them, your fathers, the fathers of this republic, did most deliberately under the inspiration of a glorious patriotism and with a sublime faith in the great principles of justice and freedom, laid deep the cornerstone of the national superstructure, which has risen and still rises in grandeur around you. Of this fundamental work, this day is the anniversary. Our eyes are met with demonstrations of joyous enthusiasm. Banners and pennants wave exultingly on the breeze. The din of business, too, is hushed. Even Mammon seems to have quitted his grasp on this day. The ear-piercing fife and the stirring drum unite their accents with the ascending peal of 1,000 church bells.
Okay, I don't think y'all caught that. This is a reaction video, but then I'm going to back it up just a little bit. This day right here that's coming up, 4th of July, this is how the world responds to this, right? Everything's at a standstill. Nobody, that one day, everybody's united, right? A lot of people forget about their problems on that day. A lot of people. I didn't say everybody, but a lot of people. And they see the festivities and everything else that's going on, but deep inside of the brother man or the Spanish man or any of the 12 tribes is hardening hearts. But we got so many people dressing and acting like a bunch of females out here. People like me is like, God dang, bro. Did everybody get hit with the ooh-wee? Have everybody forgot about the struggle that we all in still? Because they gave you a little bit of money on your check. You got a little wealth going on in your life. Now, bro, we got to pay attention to hard times, for real. That's why I say, this is a prepping station. A channel to get your mind right, to try to wake you up, man. But I'm going to back it up. Listen, hold up.
Prayers are made. Hymns are...
Go back just a little bit for y'all, man. Not too far back.
Around you. Of this fundamental work, this day is the anniversary. Our eyes are met with demonstrations of joyous enthusiasm. Banners and pennants wave exultingly on the breeze. The din of business, too, is hushed. Even Mammon seems to have quitted his grasp on this day. The ear-piercing fife and the stirring drum unite their accents with the ascending peal of 1,000 church bells. Prayers are made, hymns are sung, and sermons are preached in honor of this day. While the quick martial tramp of a great and multitudinous nation, echoed back by all the hills, valleys, and mountains of a vast continent, bespeak the occasion one of thrilling and universal interest, a nation's jubilee. Fellow citizens, pardon me. Allow me to ask, why am I called upon to speak here today? What have I, or those I represent, to do with your national independence? Are the great principles of political freedom and of national justice embodied in that Declaration of Independence extended to us? And am I, therefore, called upon to bring our humble offering to the national altar and to confess the benefits and express devout gratitude for the blessings resulting from your independence to us? Would to God, both for your sakes and ours, that an affirmative answer could be truthfully returned to these questions. Then would my task be light and my burden easy and delightful. For who is there so cold that a nation's sympathy could not warm him? Who so obdurate and dead to the claims of gratitude that would not thankfully acknowledge such priceless benefits? Who so stolid and selfish that would not give his voice to swell the hallelujahs of a nation's jubilee when the chains of servitude had been torn from his limbs? I am not that man. In a case like that, the dumb might eloquently speak, and the lame man leap as an heart. But such is not the state of the case. I say it with a sad sense of disparity between us. I am not included within the pale of this glorious anniversary.
I want everybody to understand when I say this, it is what it is. 13th Amendment. Y'all need to go look at the 13th Amendment. And it goes back to say what old Douglas said. We're not included, so why we get all them fireworks? Why we skinning and grinning like a cheesecake? Okay. You're just in the wave of things. But do you know when you start participating after you find out the knowledge, you should give you an awkward feeling? Yeah, it's for the kids and excitement and stuff like this. But we making them think that we're comfortable in our situation. Yeah, I would like to see my nephews, my kids growing up and all that, man. They was all excited, man. You know, back in the day, we really didn't know the meaning when we was growing up. We, you know, Independence Day, I know my mom and my dad was off, and, you know, we having firecracker wars. We throwing, you know, we shooting bottle rockets at each other, man. But it's already said from the kneel that nothing has changed. You see all that boycotting that happened and all that, man. So I'm trying to find out what these other channels talking about. I can't worry about clucks. I can't worry about the next man's money. It's bigger than that. So I'm bringing about this to you today to understand the 13th Amendment is still out there. Why everybody's trapping, doing what you do. I swear to God, I ain't gonna hold it against you. But when you get caught up and you try to figure out why you in them cotton fields, why you flipping turnips and stuff like that, it'll hit you. That boy Slugger told me it'll be days like this. Why be in bondage for real? Now everybody in America is a goddamn slave if you go to work. Ain't nothing given. Everything's earned regardless. But this dude just said he finna go off too. Let me warn you. He just said he's not part of this. People have been saying they ain't part of this, and then there'd be more brothers and Spanish folks at the fire, you know what I'm saying, the fire booth, the firecracker booth, and their own people, man. We celebrate harder than them, and we don't do nothing for Juneteenth. We're going to come back on that one. Check it out.
As in heart. But such is not the state of the case. I say it with a sad sense of disparity between us. I am not included within the pale of this glorious anniversary. Your high independence only reveals the immeasurable distance between us. The blessings in which you this day rejoice are not enjoyed in common. The rich inheritance of justice, liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers is shared by you, not by me. The sunlight that brought light and healing to you has brought stripes and death to me. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice. I must mourn.
Y'all got to hear that again. Y'all come in, hit that like button, man, because it's going to be a good show. If you don't get awakened on this, you ain't got no hope. If you feel like you want to go hear a bunch of rhetoric because you're too busy, I understand. Just catch it when you can. But show support. If you're not doing like the guys that's giving membership, because pretty soon, I'm telling you, I'm going to blackout. Because a lot of people don't deserve to hear this, right? And it's going to be, you know, like I said, members only. Because if you appreciate the knowledge of, quote unquote, your elders or somebody of your peers, why you don't want to promote the real? Yeah, we can all chime in and go have some fun here and there, but every day it's not a game to me. You know, everybody know my age have been paying attention, man. I lived a long and good life, so I know what I'm here for. The point is, do people know what they here for? Everybody can't be elegant speaking like Frederick Douglass or some other cats I know. Man, I'm from the hood with it. You feel me? So this is how, if I know where the knowledge is and I come and give y'all the knowledge, man, hey, my lingo is irrelevant. As long as I know where to go find that truth. And I'm living on the truth. Yeah, 4th of July has been different for me for many years. Same as other holidays. But I ain't going to ruin y'all parade. I'm going to just try to wake you up day for day. See how much pass I'm telling you finna go off? Y'all hit that like button. Somebody monitor that them like buttons, man, and versus the views. Cause like my boy said the other day, a lot of dudes be rubber ducking. Coming through, just taking the material. Hey man, it's all good. Just hit the like button. Are you so much against your own race over, what is this, popularity, that you think you the only one can give the message? No. Just hit the like button when you get a chance. Let's get it.
Me.
Hold on, I got to.
The sunlight that brought light and healing to you
just a little
has brought this liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers. It's shared by you, not by me. The sunlight that brought light and healing to you has brought stripes and death to me.
What's some stripes, y'all?
4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice. I must mourn. To drag a man in fetters into the grand illuminated temple of liberty and call upon him to join you in joyous anthems were inhuman mockery and sacrilegious irony. Do you mean, citizens, to mock me by asking me to speak today? If so, there is a parallel to your conduct. And let me warn you that it is dangerous to copy the examples of a nation whose crimes, towering up to heaven, were thrown down by the breath of the Almighty, burying that nation in irrevocable ruin. I can today take up the plaintive lament of a peeled and woe-smitten people. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there, they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. Fellow citizens, above your national tumultuous joy, I hear the mournful wail of millions whose chains, heavy and grievous yesterday, are today rendered more intolerable by the jubilee shouts that reach them. If I do forget, if I do not faithfully remember those bleeding children of sorrow this day, may my right hand forget her cunning, and may my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. To forget them, to pass lightly over their wrongs, and to chime in with the popular theme would be treason most scandalous and shocking, and would make me a reproach before God and the world.
So I'm saying that we all went to school. Some got out before others. Some didn't make it through that westernization brainwashing, right? They caught the memo early in their life. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, parents was trying to shoot us for higher education. That's what I tell my kids, man. I say, man, just go to school and learn this, because this ain't our, you know, this is our country, but, you know, our education ain't what it should be. Just go past their little old grades, man. You should do it with ease. You should do it with ease. But like I said, man, if women up in here too, to my people, should I say? How many of y'all heard this Frederick Douglass speech before? Or this is the first time y'all hearing it? If it's the first time y'all hearing it, I'm glad I brought it to you. But a show of hands, how many people actually heard this about the 4th of July? I know this is one of them shows where you can walk away from the phone and just play, because, you know, I ain't going to say nothing out of norm. I tell you, viewers' discretion is advised. But actually, how many people have heard it before? It's okay if you haven't heard it. If it's new, that don't make you lesser than. But I would like to think I'm bringing content that people haven't heard before, or people have heard and got refreshed on. We still in the struggle. How many people heard this? I can see them other challenges be jumping. People got a lot to say, but I hope this is awareness. The stillness on here is like, we need to stop playing. We need to take life, especially if you're of age, take life a little bit more serious. Pick your friends a little bit better. That bad vibe, this is a good vibe. This is a wake-up call for those who started dozing off in life. Now, we here for a reason, man. This old scholar, man, regardless, a lot of brothers do this, man. A lot of people do this. They look at everything that the actual person that might be saying this, how their life was. Was it perfect? Nobody's life perfect. But how many other people can talk this talk to our people? Yeah. How many people can, like my boy right there, he articulate words for real. It's a bunch of people that gets on here that I know that articulate their words, man. He'll do something like this. And I call him an old man, but he's still young. You know, he's younger than me. But his vocabulary is very good. I ain't saying that because he on here. Also, a lot of people that I heard on the phone or something like that. Eric Scott vocabulary is good. Max, he's a youngster. Vocabulary is good. It's a lot of people that can really conversate. Everybody on my channel, I think, vocabulary is impeccable. But sometimes you got that'll work for certain people, a certain stage. But sometimes you got to get hood with the hood for them to understand. You understand what I'm saying? Remember that church bus? I ain't going to take it off what we listening to right now, but you remember that church bus used to come through the hood? Back when we was a little bitty, go get your homeboys that your parents probably just, you know, start living a better life and never forget where you come from type syndrome. So the church bus used to go in there and pick up people from the hood. And you got to have somebody that was multi-talented, versatile. Everybody can't be proper. Because people take that like you better than them. I don't know why we like that, but that's just what the world we living in. Let's get it.
My subject, then, fellow citizens, is American slavery. I shall see this day and its popular characteristics from the slave's point of view. Standing there, identified with the American bondman, making his wrongs mine, I do not hesitate to declare with all my soul that the character and conduct of this nation never looked blacker to me than on the 4th of July. Whether returned to the declarations of the past or to the professions of the present, the conduct of the nation seems equally hideous and revolting. America is false to the past, false to the present, and solemnly binds herself to be false to the future. Standing with God and the crushed and bleeding slave on this occasion, I will, in the name of humanity, which is outraged, in the name of liberty, which is fettered, in the name of the Constitution and the Bible, which are disregarded and trampled upon, dare to call in question and to denounce with all the emphasis I can command everything that serves to perpetuate slavery, the great sin and shame of America. I will not equivocate. I will not excuse. I will use the severest language I can command. And yet not one word shall escape me that any man whose judgment is not blinded by prejudice, or who is not at heart a slaveholder, shall not confess to be right and just. But I fancy I hear someone of my audience say, it is just in this circumstance that you and your brother abolitionists fail to make a favorable impression on the public mind. Would you argue more and denounce less? Would you persuade more and rebuke less? Your cause would be much more likely to succeed. But I submit, where all is plain, there is nothing to be argued. What point in the anti-slavery creed would you have me argue? On what branch of the subject do the people of this country need light? Must I undertake to prove that the slave is a man? That point is conceded already. Nobody doubts it. The slaveholders themselves acknowledge it in the enactment of laws of their government. They acknowledge it when they punish disobedience on the part of the slave. There are 72 crimes in the state of Virginia which, if committed by a black man, no matter how ignorant he be, subject him to the punishment of death, while only 2 of the same crimes will subject a white man to the like punishment. What is this but the acknowledgement that the slave is a moral, intellectual, and responsible being? The manhood of the slave is conceded. It is admitted in the fact that Southern statute books are covered with enactments forbidding, under severe fines and penalties, the teaching of the slave to read or to write. When you can point to any such laws in reference to the beasts of the field, then I may consent to argue the manhood of the slave. When the dogs in your street, when the fowls of the air, when the cattle on your hills, when the fish of the sea and the reptiles that crawl shall be unable to distinguish the slave from a brute, then will I argue with you that the slave is a man. For the present, it is enough to affirm the equal manhood of the Negro race. Is it not astonishing that while we are plowing, planting, and reaping, using all kinds of mechanical tools, erecting houses, constructing bridges, building ships, working in metals of brass, iron, copper, silver, and gold, that while we are reading, writing, and ciphering, acting as clerks, merchants, and secretaries, having among us lawyers, doctors, ministers, poets, authors, editors, artists, and teachers, that while we are engaged in all manner of enterprises common to other men, digging gold in California, capturing the whale in the Pacific, feeding sheep and cattle on the hillside, living, moving, acting, thinking, planning, living in families as husbands, wives, and children, and above all, confessing and worshiping the Christian's God and looking hopefully for life and immortality beyond the grave, we are called upon to prove that we are men. Would you have me argue that man is entitled to liberty, that he is the rightful owner of his own body? You have already declared it. Must I argue the wrongfulness of slavery? Is that a question for Republicans? Is it to be settled by the rules of logic and argumentation as a matter beset with great difficulty, involving a doubtful application of the principle of justice, hard to be understood? How should I look today in the presence of Americans, dividing and subdividing a discourse to show that men have a natural right to freedom, speaking of it relatively and positively, negatively and affirmatively? To do so would be to make myself ridiculous and to offer an insult to your understanding. There is not a man beneath the canopy of heaven that does not know that slavery is wrong for him. What? Am I to argue that it is wrong to make men brutes, to rob them of their liberty, to work them without wages, to keep them ignorant of their relations to their fellow men, to beat them with sticks, to flay their flesh with the lash, to load their limbs with irons, to hunt them with dogs, to sell them at auction, to sunder their families, to knock out their teeth, to burn their flesh, to starve them into obedience and submission to their masters? Must I argue that a system thus marked with blood and stained with pollution is wrong? No, I will not. I have better employment for my time and strength than such arguments would imply. What then remains to be argued? Is it that slavery is not divine, that God did not establish it, that our doctors of divinity are mistaken? There is blasphemy in the thought. That which is inhuman cannot be divine. Who can reason on such a proposition? They that can may. I cannot. The time for such argument is past. At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument, is needed. Oh, had I the ability and could reach the nation's ear, I would today pour out a fiery stream of biting ridicule, blasting reproach, withering sarcasm, and stern rebuke. For it is not light that is needed, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. The feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the nation must be roused. The propriety of the nation must be startled. The hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed, and its crimes against God and man must be proclaimed and denounced.
If y'all got the message like I got the message, we should do better. We all should do better. We should all do better. It's like, man, we know better. We just don't tend to do better. So since a lot of people is going to celebrate this holiday, which, you know, it's in our custom to do so somewhat since we all Americans. And if you act a certain type of way, they look at you and shun you a little bit. I'm not telling people not to do it, but then I want to bring up something else. We've seen that. Also, I want to bring about this other conversation right behind this. I'm going to do an intermission. Slight intermission. I'm here. I ain't gone nowhere. But I want to get ready for that other part that I got coming up. So, I'm going to put this song on y'all, man. I'm here. I hope y'all stay here. Hit that like button if it's the first time to this channel. You know what to do. It's free. You know, for those who want to join the channel with the membership, you got to go to a PC and then they allow you go to my channel. They allow you to join from the PC or some kind of computer. Let me say it like that. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I done walked in the sun, so I appreciate the rain. Cherish every.
Sound like it's screwed and chopped, don't it? Sound like it's screwed and chopped. Let me start it back over.
I done had it in and out with my girlfriend, my sister, family, boyfriends. All my bills paid, a nigga still need more ends. We say fuck a nigga. It look like we need more friends. Blame me for participation, it come from both ends. Garfield niggas only in for their own help. You got it on your own, but watch out for their wrong step. Keep asking for the shit, nigga get the wrong help. The recovery process can make you take the wrong left. All that shit held in, I hope you got some long breath. Admitting to your wrongs like you wrong. That's a strong step. I'm hanging on with all my might from my life a strong built. Pistol in my face, but I can tell you how the chrome felt. And through the storm and through the weather and even through the rain, I don't think they understand the underdog thing. And through the struggle and through the hate and overcoming pain, there's a blessing at the end of your tunnel, man.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same.
You're doing great time to
pain, too much pain.
Now we living in the ghetto, riding metros, hanging on the shaky life, walking on jello. I used to want to be the one to say hello. Did it ever make a real friend, nigga? Hell no. I feel like I was better off mellow. Then I went and lost my cousin, thinking where the Gale go. I tried fast, but I had to learn to sell slow. You did your job and took the rap, but homie, where your bells go? Now everything is just seeming like a mystery. It piss you off every time thinking about your history. We was cool, now you wanna throw your fist at me. All this because your girlfriend blew a kiss at me. Now he dissing me, I'm wishing he'll really stop motherfucking pissing me. Cause you don't want my recipe. You don't even wanna try to bring out the best of me. Cause I'm the real deal and I don't even need pedigree for real.
From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same. Too much pain, too much pain. From my heart to my back, I can feel the pain. Nobody really trying to help the game remain the same. Too much pain, too much pain.
Now it's a hair thin line between love and hate. And it's about the same distance between real and fake. Now the fake love that you thought was so real can leave you living with hate that you thought you could never feel. Leave you having to deal with emotions you ain't never felt. Too hard to bluff, but you can't hold from the hand you dealt. Heart in my back pocket, trusting nothing but God in my gut now. Relationships is barely
Appreciate that intermission. I hope y'all want to go get you some drink. I got it's not a lengthy show, but it's a good show. We're gonna go right into it. I found what I was looking for. This is them people, man. Society. And since I found out about it, but then at the end of the day, I'm saying this because there's a lot of new parents out there, a lot of uncles that don't know the responsibility of looking out for the young ones tonight. So let me give you some insight on what they say the precautions are. Okay, here we go.
And for most of us, the 4th of July celebration usually isn't complete without fireworks. But nothing can spoil a celebration more than an injury caused by using them wrong. That's where wonderful KVU's Eric Pointer joins us now live from Del Valley at one of the largest fireworks shops in Central Texas. Good morning, Eric. We're getting ready to go. How's it going out there?
Good morning. It's great, Hannah. So we want people to know that safety is the name of the game. Now that there's no drought restrictions this year like there were last year, then a lot of people are going to be looking for those fireworks and looking for that fun in the areas where it's legal, like here in Del Valley. But the biggest thing that retailers want people to know is just the importance of safety. But here to tell us more is Chester Davis. So Chester, now that there are no drought restrictions and people are able to do those fireworks this year, kind of walk us through some of the options that people have when it comes to getting their fireworks.
Yeah, probably the most popular is these artillery shells or reloadables. That's probably our biggest seller. And then we have like the sword fountain. These are so cool. And now this one is a multi-shot. This right here where it says caution. And each individual item on this novelty is the Batmobile and the airplane and the little truck. But all of them have caution labels, and that's what you should read when you're getting ready to buy your fireworks. Even the bigger ones have warning labels. So if they don't have these warning labels and things, then you probably ought to not buy those. They're probably not legal. But everything has a warning label is safe. This is a sword fountain and novelties. This is what these are, and we have fountains, and this is what this is, sword fountain. So we have a great selection.
Okay.
Just whatever you want to shoot.
Yeah, and so we are far from neighborhoods, so we're not going to wake anyone up, but kind of we're going to light some fireworks now and kind of walk us through the safety that comes into play.
Well, we light it, and then we run. No. But no, we're...
But yeah, what's the proper way to light this?
Well, you want to be on the opposite side of the item. So you light. So we're doing it. He's doing it right because he's over 100 feet back, probably 150 feet. So he's doing it correctly.
Okay. All right, Chester. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
We've
you.
been talking about these tips all morning long, so we'll have some more coming up.
Okay.
But yeah, for anyone who isn't able to light their own fireworks, we do have information for different shows in the area that you can go and check out. But I'll send it back to you, Hannah.
Some great safety tips. Oh my goodness, the one at the end kind of snuck up on us all over.
Yeah, whatever. But I was just playing that for the simple fact of awareness. You're going to be out there with your kids. Just understand, man, just stay safe. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it, just before the formalities of it's a holiday, everybody doing it, so you with the wave, that's fine. But understand when you light them fireworks, you tell them your children, hey, we just doing it because this is our delayed Juneteenth. Tell them like that, because at the end of the day, you can look around the world and see we ain't free mentally, physically, wealth-wise. They only give it to the clucks to have them dollar bills and show other young the manipulation game. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give a lot of people money. They don't know how to market it. So from there, I'm going to show you something else, man. I'm going to break these down just like this. I'm going to erase them. This is an event that I came across that changed a lot of people's life. I bet they don't pop firecrackers like this no more. This is severity. I know y'all have seen it happen around you, but it's just this cool. This whole family just sitting out there, chilling. Got kids up here. Y'all see them kids up there, and I think it's a teenager or something like that. But look, the response, the grown-ups are back here. Because they think, oh, that's a grown-up, I believe. But it's just children that's part of this, right? This is what their parents taught them. That's understandable because I taught my kids safety with fireworks. They like them sparkles and stuff like that. More on the show, you'll see what them sparkles gonna do. But here we go.
Camera video that is now exploded. Run, he says. This is what film buffs call foreshadowing, though not that bad. Seconds later, it's every adult and child for themselves. Furniture. And this family is definitely going to need a new van. The video of the family barbecue with the adults and kids suddenly running for their lives has already racked up tens of millions of views on Twitter, and the news headlines are everywhere. Crazy video shows family front yard fireworks go horribly wrong. In Newsweek, fireworks explode near family in viral SimpliSafe video. Given the prominence of the SimpliSafe Chiron, a lot of people have been wondering if this was staged by the doorbell camera company.
Oh, it's going to be right there. You cannot stick it in the ground. It's not going to work.
As Twitter user Keegan writes, if this is viral marketing for SimpliSafe, it's genius. The camera.
Let's back it up some, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention to one thing before that fire happened by that van. All right. Watch that firecracker go over there by that van. And if they got their fireworks, or if y'all should have your fireworks by where other exploding fireworks are happening, that's not a good idea. The reason for it was just a ricochet off of this one. It's a little spark. And if they got their fireworks over here, watch what happens. You can see that spark come from over here and ignite this right here. They cause the van and all that to just light up, man.
As Twitter user Keegan writes, if this is viral marketing for SimpliSafe.
Hold on.
Oh, it's going to be right there. You cannot stick it in the ground.
Look at that.
It's not going to work.
As Twitter user Keegan writes, if this is viral marketing for some narrative and striking
Exactly.
detail,
Look out, little
from
boy.
the uncle yelling about how fireworks mortars work, to the mother hastily removing her child, a rich tapestry.
You got to put it in the shoe.
But SimpliSafe says it had nothing to do with this, and that the video is not part of a marketing campaign. So where did this come from? Hello, everybody. I'm David Schuster, and thanks for joining us. We've done some reporting and sleuthing for you on this. Unfortunately, there are still more questions than answers. This clip was initially posted to Twitter by user Cody in Utah. However, he says he got it from Reddit and has no idea where or when it was posted there.
Okay, we done with that. That's just precautions. Yeah, and then that's a known fact. Fireworks cause problems every year. So that's another thing, man. I'm going to show you the problems they cause, right? Now they won't give us. Hold on, I ain't gonna jump right there, but that's another thing. I'm gonna pop this disclaimer back up there, man. Y'all know how we got to do it. Protect the channel. Educational purposes only, man. These are videos for educational purposes. Eric say football player from the Giants blew 3 fingers off his hand. Boy, listen. Now, what is he, a lineman or something? He can put that 3-point stand on. You feel me? But that's sad if you lost your fingers over an activity that wasn't making no goddamn money. That's why I'm saying the safety to this part is very, very seriously. Today, right now, before it gets dark, you got all 10 fingers. Tomorrow, you probably have 5. So you better pay attention. This message is, I'm saying this for a reason. Here's another one to show you how things just happen. How things just happen. Everybody liked them lights though. Everybody liked them lights in the show and all that, but then at the end of the day, guess what? Guess what? It's repercussions and consequences, man. When you want to have fun, somebody got to be on head on the swivel. Check this out.
Wow, that was close. Jesus.
That thing came down there, almost hit that woman. We're going to run it back.
Christ.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was close. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was close. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, very dry out here. That's why I'm saying, it's a lot of responsibility of being a grown-up and having your own children. Don't let the world get your house burnt down. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. My kids are grown. They still, still doing what they do. But I want to, hold on. The consequences, I want to show you a consequence of parents not watching even the smallest things. Look what she got caught with that had this happen to her. It don't even matter no more. You got to tell them, I guess, I don't know. Common sense to a lot of kids right now is not common sense like we had it back in the day, right? They do the wildest thing like we probably did the wildest thing, and that generation say, man, they ain't thinking no more, right? So here's another one, y'all. Here's another one. This is so when y'all go out there and start popping them fireworks, I don't know what time. A lot of people start at 8 o'clock. The early, you right at dark. So it's getting darker later. So a lot of people is popping it around about 9 o'clock. I'm cutting my sprinkler system on tonight. I ain't lying. Check this out.
But a warning on this weekend leading up to the 4th of July holiday. Fireworks can be dangerous and potentially deadly. That's the message firefighters are sending out in an effort to prevent injuries and save lives.
Eyewitness News reporter Annabelle Munoz is live in Elysian Park. She spoke with a teenager who survived a horrific fireworks accident that forever changed her life. Annabelle?
Colleen, she joined several fire agencies this morning, and they warned of the many dangers that come with the 4th of July holiday weekend, including, of course, fires. The weather is warmer, it's more dry, there's dry brush, but there are also people every year, thousands, who sustain injuries due to fireworks accidents, and that is what this local teenager is warning the public about after she survived one of these major accidents. Every year, fire agencies across the country warn of fireworks danger, demonstrating their destructive power. Today, that warning comes from a 13-year-old with lived experience. 1 year ago, Lavea Mosley lost all of the fingers on her left hand, part of her right hand, and temporarily lost her vision. Just some of her injuries.
That my neighbor had found on the floor, and he gave it to me, and I lit it, and that day it changed my life.
Lavea's mother, Stanisha Matthews, told us they weren't the only family in the hospital for firework injuries that day. It happens every year.
Last year, more than 11,000 people in the United States were injured from fireworks.
Mosley's recovery continues.
I was in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks, and it was like a long time for me inside the hospital.
She credits her family, coaches, and community for support along the way. She and her twin sister are 2 of just a few girls who play football on the Watts Rams team. She coached until she was able to return as a player. Up next, she plans to take on basketball.
I am so proud of her. I thought it would be hard for her to do, but then she showed me that, you know, she's a soldier. She fought through. She gives it everything that she do her best. She graduated honor roll.
And although Matthews says the twins are shy, the family has been outspoken with the purpose of protecting others from more injuries.
I would never want it to happen to anybody else. Make sure that you're safe during the holidays and responsible.
And a doctor who was at this event also warned that something as small as a sparkler can also be very dangerous. It can lead to blindness, and your clothes can be easily set on fire. Meantime, Matthews has set up a GoFundMe account as they prepare to buy what will be Lavea's first mechanical hand, and as she continues to grow the prosthetics that she will need.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great.
Do you hear that? She lost her whole hand, man, for a night of fireworks. For, like Douglas said, it ain't even our holiday. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all energy, well, same as me. I'm not perfect. But our energy that we really trying to put forth for these. So I got to watch my tone. You know what I'm talking about? So I can keep that message coming out. But these other people holidays, man, we need to reevaluate our life. What's important? God dang, man. Pray for the daughter. Listen. Last and not least, I just want to know what happened to this guy. It's another listener. It's about 2 minutes. I just want y'all to listen to the propositions that was, sent to the, the Senate or the House and stuff like that. And then I'm going to show you what happened to this guy. Okay? Down here in Texas, y'all. Down here in Texas. So don't act like the struggle is over. We still in it, bro. Sis, we still in it. Let me drop this down so y'all can see it.
I'm State Representative James White, House District 19, Hillister, and I filed House Bill 581 and House Bill 582. They deal with opening up the sale of fireworks on Juneteenth and Labor Day. We passed some fireworks legislation back in 2015 and opened it up on some other holidays. And, our state is changing so rapidly. Most of our I guess our square mileage in the state is in rural areas, but most of our folks live in urban and suburban areas. And to adjust to that, we have given our county commissioners courts the authority to kind of approve of the sales. So the sales can happen upon commissioner court approval. Juneteenth is a very special day in Texas. On June 19th, we celebrate the anniversary of the freeing of the slaves in Texas. So we want to add Juneteenth in. And then Labor Day, of course, is sort of like the end of summer. Everybody's going back to work. Everybody's going back to school. So we want to open up the opportunity to have fireworks displays on that day as well. If it doesn't pass, hey, look, you know, the Republic of Texas will continue to thrive. I filed these pieces of legislation. They were filed last session and were passed.
It's a meaning why I'm playing this video. So if you don't mind a little bit more patience and we're in this live, but it's a meaning that I'm playing this video.
Out of committee. The only reason they did not pass is because of a sort of a parliamentarian breakdown on the House floor last session. And as one favorite or famous legislator told me, that means that for another century, almost for 2 centuries, this legislation will not be in statute. And the state of Texas seems like it has survived very well, and it will probably survive 2 years more. Hope not be in statute. And the state of Texas, this legislation will not be in statute. And the state of Texas seems like it has survived very well, and it will probably survive 2 years more.
So he just said, yeah, on that phone check, my family been, man, ever since we were little bitty. But it wasn't just the reason. You know, we had uncles, some of my uncles in the military and stuff like that, man. We didn't know. But us kids didn't really understand the value of the Juneteenth. I know I didn't, you know, but yeah, but ever since, my family been celebrating Juneteenth since I was a pup. Some people say grasshopper. You know what I'm talking about? Depending on where you're from. But yeah. But just like he said, it's not going to pass in the legislation. So since we've been doing it for over 2 centuries, what's two more years? Everything is like our reparation. Just on the next ballot for a president to give us some false promises. See, if we don't stand up for nothing, we'll fall for anything. That's why I don't, you know, it's a lot of things I don't do that I used to do. Pay attention to the goofiness of clown cats. You know what I'm saying? If you know, anyway. He said, I'm gonna back it up. He said 2 centuries, nobody been paying attention to it, or nobody was pushing for this. So what's 2 more years? And then them 2 years come, what's 2 more years? Oh man. We gotta pay attention to what's real out here.
And the state of Texas seems like it has survived very well, and it will probably survive 2 years more without this legislation. So, but these are 2 great bills that will give people in Texas the opportunity to celebrate 2 great holidays, Juneteenth and Labor Day. I'm Representative James White, and you're listening to the Texas Standard.
So y'all heard that, right? The Texas Standard. Dang, this is 2019. I don't know about 2 years for you, 2021, right? Add that up real quick. So what happened? What happened to the man? What happened to the legislation that was going to pass that bill so we could pop it on 4th of July? They do all these parades down here in Texas. It ain't crossed nobody's mind. I see they giving freedom and liberty to everything else that ain't relevant to the real, man. Yeah. So let me catch y'all up what happened to Mr. James. Oh, yeah, y'all like to hear this. Why we haven't heard no more from Mr. James? You want to know how he look? But you know, there's one thing I know too, for sure. When Obama got in office, he really did. Look, man, my opinion is this: he didn't do nothing for us as a people, because he was playing that card like he don't want to play no favoritism, right? Shit, them other races be playing favoritism. You see it every day. Boy, us black folks, boy, a lot of us are slow, thinking it's a peaceful situation to where we gotta go and how we gotta get there. Y'all want to change up the rules, huh? You ain't seen how the rules been played? Anyway, this is what happened to this man. Oh, y'all don't know? Yeah, it's a damn shame, man. I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a lot of people that's sick of it, then we'll start structuring this how it's supposed to be. You know, these and I ain't gonna hate on it. I talk about educated brothers and sisters, but they don't want to make no attention because they don't want to be judged like the other races do. They don't want to look. You tell me how many. Look, this ain't no racial thing. God damn it, we're gonna call it how it is after we break down this goddamn James White.
12 years of service. State Representative James White has resigned. He served as the rep for Texas's 19th State House District. Now, White has taken a state job as the executive director for the Texas Funeral Service Commission. 12 News reporter Simona Bar.
Oh, what? What they just say? Y'all listen.
For the Texas Funeral Service Commission. 12 News reporter Simona Barca is here in the studio tonight with reflections on his past 12 years in office.
Jordan Representative White was already planning to retire at the end of this term. He says this new position required an immediate start date, and he saw it as an opportunity to continue serving the people of Texas.
A representative of the people. That's what James White says he's aimed to be for more than a decade.
Americans know, and especially Texans know by nature, that the power initially belongs to them.
Now, the legislator has resigned and will continue serving Texans as the executive director for the Texas at the end of this term.
Let's back that up. Let's look at it together. I don't want that to miss y'all. This is what he over now. Not so much that this man had a little bit more power than what they saying, right? But you start talking about you want to make a certain group of people feel like they deserve the same day as, you know, the master type stuff, then they got a problem with that. So they made him the Texas Funeral Service Commissioner. God dang it. Boy, he moving up, ain't he? But let me show you what they did to his districts. What he had and what he lost by speaking up. What he had and what he lost by saying what he said and probably some other things. I don't know. But he ruffled some feathers. Man, don't let the smooth taste fool you, man. These people ain't on our side, bro. And then if you put the heat up under some of these Stevenses or Sambos, guess what? They play themselves out all the time. They hand the show.
Already decided to retire at the end of this term. His district is undergoing some major changes. District 19 will no longer...
That was his district before he made that statement. See how big that district is? Let me show when you standing up for something what they'll do to you. That was too much power. Look at that. Newton, Jasper, Taylor, Polk, Hardin. Come on, man. That's a big old district. Too much power. Too much power for one HNIC. Catch that.
Exist because of the new redistricting laws.
It has been divided. It's gone.
His former district will be divided to 4 surrounding districts. Polk and Tyler counties will go to district.
Boy, that power, boy. Boy, that power. See how they broke it up in 4 different districts. It was one district. Oh, who is he? They probably went back and G-checked him like, who is he? Oh, this dude got this big old district. Who was the person that said that was too big? Let's go and get some more fruit bowls up in here to break up the district. That's too much power. See, this is the dude that said he want to make it legal for fireworks. This, I know you said, Slugger, why you talking about that? He's one of the many that said he wanted to make it legal to buy fireworks for Juneteenth. So I understand why a lot of brothers from another don't even want to talk up and speak with their chests out. I understand. I understand why these brothers from another mother don't want to stand on 10 toes. They stand on 9. I understand. Yeah. I understand why everybody want to play in the cereal box. Yeah. Try to find out where's the, they used to put them prizes in the cereal box. That's all they want to do. Ruin the whole box of cereal. Just want the prize out. Stick their whole hand in there. Boy, we was growing up, my mama got dead on my butt when she caught me doing it. But now parents ain't getting on their kids' butts no more. But look, man, back to the subject, man. That boy had a big old look, man. Hold up. I probably got to show you. There you go. That was his district, 19. Look at that. Hold on, let me see. That man right there had that big of district in Texas. Boy, you crazy. Huh. They broke it down to that. And that's more, I call that more chiefs, not enough Indians. They just give people jobs. Oh, man, shoot, we can break up his district and you can have a chair, you can have a chair, you can have a chair. No, man, it's all bull crap. Just like Phone say, man, pros and cons of the game, man. That's why I say, too, we're going to get into that in a minute. I'm going to let y'all finish watching this.
And Tyler counties will go to District 57. Hardin County will go to District 18. Jasper County will go to Dade Phelan's District 21. And Newton County will go to District 11. Despite the changes, Representative White says East Texas remains in good hands.
I'm very confident that my colleagues will continue to protect our Second Amendment rights, our 10th Amendment rights.
Those are some of the very things he's focused on in his 12 years in office. White was the chairman of the Committee on Homeland Security and Public Safety. He's also served on the Correction and Redistricting Committee, and he's been a staunch advocate for First Amendment, Second Amendment.
Look at everything he was over. Chairman of Committee on Homeland Security and Public Safety. Corrections and Redistricting Committee. So he was, man, look, man, that right there, Redistricting Committee, he was part of that. He probably plea bargained. See, you got to look into these Stevenses, man. They look good. They look like us. Now, for real, man. I come from a different cloth, man. A lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all come from a different cloth. And then he got the nerve to say the First Amendment, Second Amendment, and the 10th Amendment rights. Woof. He said a good thing, talking about he want to do what? Legalize fireworks on Juneteenth. Open up the firework booth. Let our people celebrate like y'all people celebrating the 4th of July. Yeah. He won't say that too loud no more. They got him at a funeral home.
And 10th Amendment rights. Still, he says his greatest accomplishment has been serving the people of East Texas.
When you look
We can't overshadow that, bro. Do you understand how intimidation look? No, we got to see past all this. What was this boy? 5'3"? Everybody sound good. So when I talk about educator, let me see. People who know how to articulate their words, right? Who have mastered who mastered their language, right? You think they get any praise from me? I start watching their actions. Now, for real, I start watching their actions, man. Their behavior, their pattern, who they really kick it with. Am I just a pawn on the board of a chess game? Got them looking small. Got them looking bigger than Texas. Bigger than life. Bruh.
East Texas.
When you look at the world and you look at the U.S. as the light, and you look at Texas with our agriculture, our energy, our faith, the whole light of liberty.
Did he say faith? Come on, man. I ain't gonna get into that, man. I'm gonna let y'all hear it again because who is this dude, man? At first, I was like, oh, he for the people, man. He trying to get them, Juneteenth. But look how he talking now. So who have got to him is my point now. This dude really, shit, boy, I swear, man. I want y'all to hear this part. I ain't gonna replay this old cluck stuff no more. I'm just running through.
When you look at the world and you look at the U.S. as the light of freedom, and you look at Texas with our agriculture, our energy, our faith, the whole light of liberty of the world is really resting on the shoulders of every Texan. So we have to make sure that Texas stays Texas.
Representative White has resigned from his position effective last week. He says he will continue to be available for the people of East Texas in his new capacity. I'm Simona Barca, 12 News.
Oh, yeah. I got one more thing to show y'all. I'm telling you, I had it all set up too, man. It was just one of those things when you start having a big show, informative show like we have right here. The family, right? Worry about these clucks and what they got going on. That ain't the what stuff is. I had a weather thing for y'all too, man. Do y'all know I can be conversating, but do you know where your city is in the crime report? Do y'all even know that? I don't even think no, I ain't gonna do it like that. Crime report. Crime is getting bad out there. I know everybody that's in them streets understand that. Keep your head on the swivel. All right, let me get this. Keep your head on the swivel. Watch your surroundings for real. One thing about Texas, man, they didn't. I hate to say it, but they seem like they got the grid is under control, and I know everybody's happy for that. But I want to tell you, say everything that I need to tell you about this power grid, because a lot of this is solar generated, man. I don't know if everybody know that, but you're doing a good job in keeping the grid up down here, because you know how hot it is down here. You know how hot it is down here. You know it's hot down here. Hold on. This down here in Austin, man, I definitely want to enlighten you on some things. If you didn't know, you're going to know today. Ooh, that's sun.
Temperatures in Texas this summer are putting a strain on the power grid as many people stay indoors and crank up the AC.
We had yesterday, and at the peak on these very high demand days, yesterday and today, seeing 35 to 40% of the power in the state generated by wind and solar.
ERCOT previously issued voluntary conservation notice when they saw record demand due to the heat.
But nobody has to worry about it today. We don't have to worry. Not only do we not have to worry about outages or conservation calls, we don't even have to worry about high prices because there's so much wind and solar on the system.
Energy analysis say the state's solar energy supply has doubled since last year.
It seems like that's really been sort of a lifeboat. That solar is really making sure that there's enough energy on the grid to keep people's ACs on.
Doug Lewin with Stoic Energy says the additional solar energy brought online has helped Texas avoid rolling blackouts.
2 weeks ago, a big nuclear unit went offline and storage was able to jump in and keep the grid running smoothly without problems. Same when a coal unit tripped offline 1 week ago.
I think solar is probably the biggest factor right now. At times it's accounting for like 15% of the energy that's powering people's homes, keeping the lights on, keeping ACs on.
Oh, you know what? Let me see. Okay. We're cool to watch this too.
A record heat wave and its connections to climate change are highlighting again the growing concerns around America's electrical grid and whether it can withstand the added stress. William Brangham focuses on that part of the story tonight.
Well, I'm giving you all this if you want to know why I'm playing this weather and the heat and all that, fireworks and all that, because I know a lot of us don't pay attention to news. I know that much. And then people will be like, God dang, Slugger, you knew about it. Why you didn't put it on your channel? Well, yeah, if I come across it, I will put it on the channel because, you know, everybody, YouTube heads right now, man. It might be just a season for a reason, just to find out who's the real clucks on here. You know what I'm talking about? But I try to bring this news like this. It's not so much entertaining, right? But it's knowledgeable. So you've been an elder, you can go tell your kids, hey, guess what? It's going to be a hot day, man. Or, man, that grid is burning up out there, man. You know, appreciate everything. Shut that door, how my parents used to tell me. Shut that door. Don't let that AC out. I thought the AC back in the day had legs. You know what I'm saying? I thought it had legs. You know how we as kids, we try to be sarcastic, right? And it was like one of those things, like Mama said, Dad, shut that door. Don't let the AC out. I'm like, dang, it got a body to it with the, but yeah. But that's why I bring you the news, right? We're finna go to a closing too, man. She said.
As Texas and much of the South broils right now, more people are dialing up their air conditioning to stay safe. In fact, in Texas, which operates its own electrical grid, demand for power there hit an all-time high this week. That puts enormous stress on utilities and power lines at the very moment that they're also being impacted by the extreme heat. Michael Weber is a professor of energy resources at the University of Texas at Austin, author of several books on this topic, and also chief technology officer at the venture fund called Energy Impact Partners. Michael Weber, thanks so much for being here. just some table setting here. When we talk about the grid, what specific infrastructure are we talking about? Is it the utilities? Is it power plants? Is it the lines? What is it?
It's all of that. You got it. It's the power plants that make the electricity, the transmission lines that move the electricity from the power plants to the cities, and then the distribution lines that move it around the city, and then eventually get to our meters and our appliances like our air conditioners. So it's that whole system up to the meter that really is what we call the grid.
So you are in Texas right now, which I mentioned has its own particular grid. Almost all the climate models that we look at say we are going to see more and more intense heat waves of this kind. Are our grid...
That ain't what we gonna do though. I hate when they come out that we got our own grid. That's why we've been turned up. We're gonna do a show on that HARP too, man. How we was attacked weather. We was attacked with weather, man, down here in Texas, man. We ain't never had no snow like that for a whole week. Ice, tornado is what they say. Man, we ain't had that stuff. That was the last one. What else was said? The snow that lasted a whole week? No, we're going to talk about it. When people say they got their own power grid, strange things start happening. You understand what I'm saying? Strange things is starting to happen down here in Texas. Mo, how would I say this and be politically correct? More unwanted attention is coming to Texas. They messed up their state while y'all coming down here, man. God dang me. Y'all got a whole goddamn skid row down there y'all need to take care of. I seen on the channel the other day, they got bulldozers and everything trying to clear out skid row. Hopefully that them people fall back in there. Y'all don't want to pass some laws and try to make everything a dictatorship down there. You'll find out one way or the other when you come down here to Texas. Texas, stand up, man. These boys are coming and they having war on our, you know, they having war. What's up, show? They having a war on our climate, bro. Everybody find out that Texas is a great state to live, man. Y'all been knowing that. You know, I thought y'all was about the Sunshine State. Long beach water and all that, man. You know, on the coastline. Oh, y'all too close to China, huh? Now y'all running. Because, hey, man, don't let me get into what I know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say some of this information going to go for members only in a little bit. Because I know a bunch of clucks. Guess what? You ain't part of it. You ain't going to know about it, god dang it. Y'all keep on playing them silly games. You know? Hey. That's about it. To wrap up and thinking about everything that we have talked about today, we did the Frederick. If you late to the show, is more to the point of go back and watch it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. That's the whole thing, man. I got a new member on the channel, Max. Appreciate your support. Appreciate Scott. He been a member the longest. And I'm waiting for my other real ones to jump on, man, because we got to have some conversations, bro. My conversations ain't now like somebody in Texas that has a resume. You feel me? A lot of people can talk that talk and get on here and talk very educated. But you ain't never been part of the struggle, so you don't even understand what you talking about. You need to read some old books or pay attention to some old chapters in real people's life that really been going through it, because I don't think half of these guys are problem, I ain't gonna say problem childs, but those who buck against the system. They talking from their educational purposes only. They ain't gonna try it. They ain't gonna try to do nothing against the system. But anyway, I don't promote doing anything against the system, but I promote you can't talk to me, you ain't never been through it. That's what I promote. I don't care how educated you are in college and everything else. If you ain't never bumped your head somewhat, not as hard as me, right? But somewhat, I listen to you because you still out here, right? I listen to you. But your word ain't no better than mine. You know what I'm talking about? Because I tell people how to stay out of trouble. And if you're going to do it for, you know what I'm talking about? Everything else is going to be on my membership channel. Yeah. And I'm going to stand up on that. Not looking for attention, but God dang it, we shine when we ain't trying to shine. Yes, your boy Slugger. You know I'm up out of here, man. Yeah. You know that song? The song, we finna get it on. Appreciate show your love. Boy, you tardy to class. Let me find out. You was in that you was taking a nap. Late night. These boys be late night. Y'all go show support to show we're gonna call him SYL, but it's show your love right here, man. He's a young family man trying to really do his thing, man. You know, shit. He doing better than I was at the age of 30-something, man. You know, I think he got, look, man, I wasn't never one to play in the shenanigans and give people YouTube wasn't even around then. Social media wasn't even around. But it seemed like he got his game up on a wrap. He got a bunch of clucks sitting it down. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why I try to get these youngsters to see, man. Clucks, smash on them clucks, get them up off YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need no more distraction. And if it takes a youngster to do it, I salute you. You know what I'm saying? That's not my energy. That's my young YG energy. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing. Just don't make yourself fall down that rabbit hole, though. Because these dudes, they all looking for attention. You know what I'm saying? And you gave it to them. Now they coming to you. Say, yeah, they probably be feeding for that. Yeah. But keep your head up, youngster. Stay out the way, but in the way. Cloak alert. I told you it's summertime. A lot of clucks be jumping from channel to channel, ain't representing nothing. They just trying to find a home, man. What I say to these guys, I see jumping from, we call a negativity channel to a person who don't be speaking about negativity and be having a real good time or educating like myself. See, I call them, I would never make you a moderator over here. I'm not that friendly. Now, you cross me, look, the world I'm living in, one time, bro. That's all you got. Your one time is your time, man. You feel me? Now, you can come over here and chime and, but I never make you a moderator. I don't mess with clucks. And then to call out the clucks and say, I'm gonna make you a moderator, I can't do it. No, you ain't heard nothing to that title. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be over here, but since you over here, guess what? Hit that like button when you come over here. Yeah. Everybody thinking one thing, but I keep telling them one thing. This your boy Slugger. You already know what's happening. Yeah. I keep telling them one thing with this song right here. They ain't catching it. Shit, let me turn up the volume too. Make sure it come in good. Yeah. Make sure it comes in good. If you didn't get the memo, here's the memo.
Whoa, yeah. Say everybody come on. Whoa, yeah. Say everybody come on. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Whoa. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Nah. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Whoa. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. No. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Whoa. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. My nigga, this ain't what you want, boy. It's some problems over here. If you need some help with her, we will solve them over here. We evaporate and make them dissolve over here. We don't need no vote to get resolved over here. It's ready in the train, but we go hard up over here. You say you ready over there, blow my guard up over here. I got a school of motherfucker like some cars up over here. And we do this every day cause it's our job over here. We robbing over here, but we ain't starving over here. I get daily every report like we got Marvin over here. I got last standing Mexican who be carving over here. Oh, by the way, your girl, she like me and she jogging over here. Don't you come with all that petty, we brawling over here. I put my mama on them 20s, cookie crawling over here. Ain't no slacking, ain't no shit, ain't no stalling over here. With ATM and underdog, we hauling over here. But this ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. Nah, this ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. No, this ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This This ain't what you want. What you want. This ain't what you want. Ain't what you want. Now ain't no way you ever see me slaving over you. My unity and loyalty, I done gave it unto you for real, my nigga. Please hold me, pay me what it's due. If you want, then why you fucking with me? Stay about my suit. Please believe I will achieve with these blessings I receive. One day maybe you will see. One day maybe you will be. One day maybe we can meet. One day maybe you can see. One day maybe you can eat. Until then you won't retreat. Now don't repeat another word from what that whole nigga done said. If you do, flip my switch. Watch me go across your head, but I won't trip. I flip this bitch. Watch her go across the bed. This shit repetitive. Baby, like a book already written. Now that is true. Plus it's church. I make it sting and plus it hurt. You ladies see me, I made a flirt. But I ain't worried about a skirt. Boy, I'm worried about this work. And if you got it, nigga, flaunt it. Chances after chances, nigga, you ain't really want it. Well, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Well, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Nah, this ain't what you want.
My verse is next, and then I'm gonna go out with this, man. This is about 10 to 15 years ago. This is how I was thinking and how I was really moving. Before I found myself.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What? This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Ain't what grew me to pen, what schooled me. Leader from the start, so y'all niggas already know me. So try running game on the real G. Without you packing the heat, y'all niggas can't see me. From the city where you know them G's don't play that. Organized dishes marked up with the toe tag. Throw away stub up on the fucking flow, man. Pushed out, hurt, smoking, cow shot. Yes, it's going eyes, jumping fingers, twitching, chest move. Marathon running, dress cool as a motherfucker. Straight 5'7", tuck tight, hood pass out good. Checking is mandatory, get caught leaking in my neighborhood. Family over here, do you hear a nigga speaking? Knuckle game tight, float to the left, not the right. Speed, boxing out of lab, penitentiary rules and fat. Jets cave in, hoes get checked, nigga.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Well, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Nah, this ain't what you
Y'all stay up, man. Till the next time you hear from me, man. Stay on your P's and Q's, bro. For real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? It is.
Well, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Y'all watch some fireworks tonight too, man. Be around them kids and really try to guide them, man. You see a sparkle to knock somebody's whole hand off. So let this not be the last time that I see you or you see me. You feel me? I'll see you on this station, man. Stay up, stay ready. Stop from getting ready. Stay away from clucks. You know what I'm talking about? Now you know who's a cluck. I don't even socialize with them, man. They can't even talk my language, man, because their growth is still down there. You know what I'm talking about? That don't make me better, but I know what not to do. I know how not to play with no gutter trash. You feel me? I've been like that all my life. I didn't become this person I am in thinking the way I think. I think my actions somewhat reflects on my growth. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, it wasn't no passes out there, man. This internet was not even thought of at the time for us, you know, the civilians. So this is all new to us, man. Just respect your youngsters. Respect who gonna respect you, man. And if you try to respect the cluck, if the world say that dude is a cluck, he a cluck. So why you hanging on to his coattail? And all y'all women, they got low mentality, low morals and stuff like that, y'all stay over there, man. All the guys who needs to have keys put in their back, I say I like Suge, don't I? All those want to go over here and get the dude dancing all on it. Yeah. I say I like him, but that's just legendary conversation, though. Y'all have a good day. Y'all stay safe tonight. You know your boy, Slugger. I'm out.